Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I mean, when we look at our season, we haven't had enough consistency through the year either, so that doesn't help either. You want to try and get it back on track as much as you can, but I think it's just keeping the intensity of the training as high as you possibly can. But also, it does offer us the opportunity to have a break that we probably needed at that point. So we had a lot of little niggling injuries and little battle weary. So the 2-week break for us has been, well done, well taken, and probably timely for us in a lot of respects. Oh, that's it. It's the Battle of Gelbart, isn't it? So there's always been a strong rivalry there. I was with Albury for 15 years myself, so as a player and a coach, so I know the rivalry from both sides of the fence there, and it's a little bit of boasting that you can take through for the rest of the year. So it's always been there. It's been a good, healthy rivalry, and it does. I think it does bring it. It's brought out some excellent games in the past too, which is always what you want to see as well. So it does a little bit more incentive. Being the Battle of Gelbart, the Derby, whatever it might be.
Not me personally. I think a few of us might have been. A lot of our players from that era have probably moved on from now, but a lot of us still remember him and whatnot. And we still keep the derby at heart and whatnot. It's always going to be a good contest. United and City, it's typically good. Like, it's been close the last couple of years, and probably should be again this weekend. It was good for us. It was a good result. They scored in the last 5 minutes, which was unfortunate for us, and we had to use all our subs in the first half that year. That game, which was pretty unfortunate. But we've got Aaron Goff back now, which gives us a bit of leadership and depth to our squad, which is always good. So, yeah, hopefully we can be not as unfortunate this time and pull out a result. He played against Twin City last week, but he'll be back. He'll be playing this week still for the round of the season.
That's it. I mean, we haven't been able to keep a consistent squad for the first half of the year, and we were carrying, those, like you said, those niggling injuries with it. So those players that do have them, I think have thrown them and have shown at training that if they've got them, they're not showing any signs of them. So everyone's jostling for the first 11 spots now, which is great.
We ran out of legs more than anything. We let a couple of goals in the first half and then just kind of dropped our heads, I guess, and let them run over us a little bit. They kept the ball. They're top side in the competition by far, in my opinion. I think they keep the ball really well, and they're very threatening going forward with Walker, Hasler, Matt Gray. It's pretty hard to contain for any team. So, we more ran out of legs in the second half than anything. And the injury to Trent Duffy didn't help at half-time. It's goal of the tournament so far, isn't it, Lottie? The long ball off his left foot on the volley, you can't really beat that. It's a pretty good spectacle to watch. Yeah, he really is. He was the one in the 06 World Cup as well, and the 2010 World Cup. We all look up to him. Blokes like us, like even Harry Kewell back when he played, and all those other Aussie lads, we all look up to him and idolise him more than anything, really.
Oh, look, outstanding, I thought. I mean, we all talk about the second half against Chile and how we sort of found our legs that way. And look, for me, it's like the game this morning. You sort of look at the opportunities you would have missed, and you like to say, oh yes, we can hold our heads up, and we can. But you always say, oh geez, could we have snuck away with a result there? So, but in saying that, you can't falter the effort. And I'm looking forward to Spain too. It'll be interesting. Our tails will be up against Spain, so it'll be interesting to see how we go against them. He's a freak in the air, and that's where he gets most of his goals. And I suppose that's what's remarkable about the goal he scored this morning, is that it was just such a well-timed left foot shot that it's not something we see, well, from anyone, but from Cahill a lot. I think there'll be we'll have a replacement there at some stage. You sort of look at the players that aren't in the squad going forward, and there's some young players. Tommy Rodgick's another one. Sort of you would love to see in the middle of the park and see what he could have done. And we won't see him this time, so hopefully we see him in the Asia Cup and see if we can tear that apart. But you'd like to think there's someone there. I couldn't put my finger on who it'll be, but I'd like to think they'll be coming through. Yeah, that's the perfect coach's headache, isn't it? That's the headache you want to have. Training will be interesting tonight, and I dare say that the intensity will be there tonight, jostling for spots. We've got young Reece Bradbury, who's been back after 5 weeks on the side, who hasn't missed a training, sitting there in his crutches for 5 weeks. So he had a game last week in the twos, and he'll be pushing for a spot even there. So the depth will be there, and like I said, perfect coach's headache. Oh, definitely. I mean, we do that at training. Trainings are pretty tight because of it, and our thirds are sitting on top of the ladder as well, and there's some absolutely quality players coming through our thirds at the moment as well. So it does offer a really nice, intense training session, which is what you want to look for, and you want to make training harder than the game.